7 1.5 Joan of Arc warming up. 1. Discuss in groups/pairs and make a list of the weapons used in the old times and in the present times. Weapons used in the past, weapons used nowadays too. Imagine that you are the captain of your school kabaddi team. Your final match is against a very strong team. Your team members are sure that you will lose. How will you boost their morale? Work in groups and prepare a short list of what can encourage the team. 3. Adding different prepositions to the same action verb changes the meaning of the phrases, thus formed. For example, call out, announce call at, visit call for, summon call up, make a telephonic call call off, cancel. Guess the difference in meanings of the underlined phrases. 1. A. He promised to look into the matter. B. He asked me to look for his lost book. C. I shall look forward to your arrival. 2. A. An epidemic of cholera broke out in the village. B. The thieves broke into the locked house. C. They broke up their friendship. 3. A. You must carry out your duty faithfully. B. Please carry on with your work. C. They carried off the trophy in the football matches. D. Carry forward the remaining balance to the next page. Phrasal verbs. A phrasal verb is a verb that is made up of a main verb together with an adverb or preposition or both. T.P. Siracum Seperl Svesio. Rebeseldwixt Plain 28, Joan of Arc. George Bernard Shaw, 1856–1950, was an Irish playwright and critic. He wrote more than 60 plays during his lifetime, including major works such as Man and Superman, 1902, Pygmalion, 1912, and Saint Joan, 1923. He was the leading dramatist of his time. He was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1925. The war fought between England and France from 1337 to 1453 has come to be known as the 100 Years' War. Joan was a peasant girl born in eastern France, who led the French army to several victories during this war. This play begins at the time when all of northern France and some parts of the southwest were under foreign control. The English controlled some parts and the Burgundians controlled the others. The city of New Orleans, one of the few remaining French cities, was held by the English. The year is 1429. Captain Robert de Baudricourt, a military officer, is seated at the table. His steward stands facing him. Robert Steward, Joan, I told you to throw the girl out. You have 50 armed soldiers and dozens of strong servants to carry out my orders. Are they afraid of her? No, sir, we are afraid of you, but she puts courage in us. She really doesn't seem to be afraid of anything. Perhaps you could frighten her, sir. Grimly, perhaps. Where is she now? Down in the courtyard, sir. Our Robert goes to the window and asks the soldiers to send the girl up. The girl enters. She is a well-built, strong country girl of 17 to 18 years. The squire's glare neither frightens her nor stops her. She speaks confidently, "Good morning, Captain Squire. You are to give me a horse and armor and some soldiers, and send me to the Dauphin." 29 leaders grimly, seriously, L. Squire, a person of high rank, L. armor, protective clothing of metal or leather worn in battles by soldiers in former times. Robert L. Blockhead, a stupid person. Oh, why had Joan wanted to meet Captain Squire? Steward Robert Joan L. assuming, taking for granted Robert Joan L. Dauphin, the oldest son of the King of France, the one who would become the king after his father. Robert Joan L. Monsieur, French word for Mr. Robert Joan O. name the persons who Joan needed to free Orleans. Robert Steward Robert, this girl is mad. Why didn't you tell me so, you blockhead? Sir, do not anger her. Give her what she wants. I shall send you back to your father with orders to put you under lock and key. You think you will, Squire. But it won't happen that way. You said you would not see me. But here I am. So, you are assuming that I'll give you what you want? Yes, Squire. Continues busily, a horse will cost 16 francs. It is a big amount of money. But I can save it on the armor. I don't need beautiful armor made to my measure. I can find a soldier's armor that will fit me well enough. I shall not want many soldiers. The Dauphin will give me all I need to free Orleans. Shocked, to free Orleans. Simply, yes, squire. 3 men will be enough for you to send with me. Polly and Jack have promised to come with me. You mean Monsieur de Poulengy? Yes, Squire Jack will come willingly. He is a very kind gentleman, and gives me money to give to the poor. I think John Godsave will come, and Dick the Archer, and their servants, John of Honecourt and Julian. There will be no trouble for you, squire. I have arranged it all. You have only to give the order. To the steward, is this true about Monsieur de Poulengy? Eagerly, yes, sir, and about Monsieur de Metz too. They both want to go with her. Goes to the window, and shouts into the courtyard. Send Monsieur de Poulengy to me, will you? He turns 30 to Joan, get out and wait in the yard. Joan, smiling brightly at him, right, squire. She goes out. Robert, to the steward, go with her. Stay within call and keep your eye on her. I shall have her up here again. The steward retreats hastily. Bertrand de Poulengy, a French guard, enters, salutes and stands waiting. Robert, she says you, Jack and Dick have offered to go with her. What for? Do you take her crazy idea of going to the Dauphin seriously? Poulengy, slowly, there is something about her. It may be worth trying. Robert, oh, come on Polly. You must be out of your mind. Poulengy, unmoved, what is wrong with it? The Dauphin is in Chinon, like a rat in a corner, except that he won't fight. The English will take Orleans. He'll not be able to stop them. Robert, he beat the English the year before last at Montargis. I was with him. Poulengy, but his men are cowed and now he can't work miracles. And I tell you that nothing can save our side now but a miracle. Robert, miracles are all right, Polly. The only difficulty about them is that they don't happen nowadays. Poulengy, I used to think so. I'm not so sure now. There is something about her. I think the girl herself is a bit of a miracle. Anyhow, this is our last chance. Let's see what she can do. Robert, wavering, you really think that? Poulengy, turning, is there anything else left for us to think? Let's take a chance. Her words have put fire into me. Robert, giving up, will you up? You're as mad as she is. 31 leaders retreats hastily, moves away in a hurry. Oh, was the Dauphin fit to be a prince and heir? El Chinon, one of the cities in France where royal family resided. During the 100 Years' War, the Dauphin took refuge in Chinon. El cowed, frightened. Oh, what was the squire's opinion about miracles? El wavering, hesitating. I have put fire into me, have inspired or motivated. El obstinately, in a stubborn and firm manner. Oh, what did Robert accuse Poulengy of? El gravely, seriously. Oh, what shows Joan is a person of immense faith? El raising a siege, surround from all sides and attack, removing the forces surrounding a place. El plundering, looting. Oh, why were the French soldiers always beaten? El to save their skins, to save their lives. Poulengy, obstinately, we want a few mad people now. See where the same ones have landed us? Robert, I feel like a fool. Still, if you feel sure? Poulengy, I feel sure enough to take her to Chinon unless you stop me. Robert, do you think I ought to have another talk with her? Poulengy, going to the window, yes. Joan, come up. Joan enters. Poulengy, gravely, be seated, Joan. Robert, what is your name? Joan, they always called me Jenny in Lorraine. Here in France, I am Joan. The soldiers call me the maid. Robert, how old are you? Joan, 17, so they tell me. It might be 19. I don't remember. Robert, I suppose you think raising a siege is as easy as chasing a cow out of a meadow. You think soldiering is anybody's job? Joan, I don't think it can be very difficult if God is on your side. Robert, grimly, have you ever seen English soldiers fighting? Have you ever seen them plundering, burning, turning the countryside into a desert? Have you heard no tales of their prince who is the devil himself, or of the English king's father? Joan, you do not understand, squire. Our soldiers are always beaten because they are fighting only to save their skins, and the shortest way to save your skin is to run away. But I will teach them all to fight for France. Then, they will drive the soldiers before them like sheep. You and Polly will live to see the day when there will not be a single 32 Robert, Joan, Poulengy, Robert, Joan, Poulengy, English soldier on the soil of France. To Poulengy, this may all be nonsense, Polly. But the troops might just be inspired by it, though nothing that we say seems to put any fire into them. Even the Dauphin might believe it. And if she can put some fight into him, she can put it into anybody. Turning to Joan, now you, listen to me and don't cut in before I have time to think. Your orders are that you are to go to Chinon under the escort of this gentleman and 3 of his friends. Radiant, clasping her hands, oh, thank you, squire. How is she to get into the royal presence? I don't know. How did she get into my presence? I will send her to Chinon and she can say I sent her. Then, let come what may. I can do no more. And the dress? I may have a soldier's dress, squire. Take what you please. I wash my hands off it. Wildly excited by her success, come, Polly. She dashes out. Shaking Poulengy's hand, goodbye, old man, I am taking a big chance. Few other men would have done it. But as you say, there is something about her. Yes, there is something about her. Goodbye. George Bernard Shaw. Let come what may, let anything happen. Oh, what dress did Joan want? Wash one's hands off it, not take any responsibility for it. Oh, what made Robert finally agree to the plan? 33 English Workshop 1. Read the extract from G.B. Shaw's play on Joan of Arc and fill in the tree diagram. Joan of Arc setting, period, location, scene of the given play, characters, main plot. 2. A. Pick out from the extract of the play 2 lines that provide evidence for each of the following. Joan of Arc. A. Her confidence, 1, 2. B. Her courage, 1, 2. C. Her optimism, 1, 2. D. Her determination, 1, 2. E. Her patriotism, 1, 2. B. Using the above points, frame a character sketch of Joan of Arc, in your own words, and write it in your notebook. Suggest an attractive title for the same. 3. From the extract, find what the following are compared to and why. A. As easy as. B. As mad as. C. The Dauphin in Chinon is like. D. The enemy soldiers will be driven away like. 34. E. Joan of Arc is a bit of 4. Say why. Write it in your notebook. A. Joan wanted to meet Captain Squire. B. Joan did not ask for many soldiers from the Captain Squire. C. Poulengy, Jack, and Dick had offered to accompany Joan. D. French soldiers were always beaten in war. E. Captain Squire Robert said, I wash my hands off it. 5. Using a dictionary, find the difference between the following pairs of phrases. Make sentences of your own with each of them. Phrases. 1. Cut in, cut out. 2. Be held by, be held up. 3. Run away, run for. 4. Be known as, be known for. 5. Go with, go after. 6. Put fire into, put fire out, meaning own sentences. 6. From an Indian history book or internet, find out information about Indian women, queens, who led battles. For example, Rani of Jhansi and Rani Karnawati of Mewad. Write 3 points of similarity and 3 points of contrast between any one of the above Indian queens and Joan of Arc. Write in your own words. Similarities: A. Contrast: I, B, 2, C, 3, 7. Read the script from Joan, girl, Joan, good morning, Captain Squire up to, simply, Polly and Jack have promised to come with me. Write a summary of that part of the script, in the indirect speech, in 15 to 20 lines. Do it in your notebook. 35.8. A. Make the following sentences affirmative without change of meaning. A. Negative: I am not so sure, now. Affirmative: B. Negative: he will not be able to stop them. Affirmative: C. Negative: I don't remember. Affirmative: D. Negative: I can do no more. Affirmative: E. Negative: sir, do not anger her. Affirmative: F. Negative: I shall not want many soldiers. Affirmative: B. Fill in the gaps in the table. Word forms: noun, verb, adjective, adverb. 1. Success: succeed, successful, successfully. 2. Inspire. 3. Save. 4. Harm. 5. Thought. 6. Brightly. 7. Courage. 8. Hastil tith toiatrak mel teshiat mis rervosnis ptihe auransk pseudo. Et ron dudskaza ein fatro chano gemerata time neen superscript 2 superscript 2 superscript 2 superscript